M0FXB. Welcome back to my Mazzy dog walks. See her in the distance. A bit muddy here. A bit muddy. But we're going up to this bit ahead and it opens up and then it's less muddy. So today what we're going to talk about is how many times people have sold all their equipment, then years later, or maybe not years, maybe months later, regretted it and decided to get back into the hobby. Because I think I must hear this at least once or twice a week, where someone says, I've been away for a long time, I'm back and I'm loving it. And the other one, sorry, and the other one I hear a lot is, oh, I regret selling that radio. I mean, people, they gave up the hobby back in the days when they were using things like the ICOM 706 and the Yaesu 857 and before, you know, the 757. God, even I have a job to remember. And Kenwood used to make some quite good value radios back then, didn't they? They would make them separately for 2 meters and 70 and for the HF bands, but they were big and heavy, weren't they? I think it got better once we got into the Yaesu 847, 857, ICOM 706. If anything, when it was the ICOM 7100, it had moved on again. So yeah, tell us your story. Send me a message and tell us your stories about how, I don't know, 1988 you sold up completely and then you're back in the hobby now, 2010 let's say, or 2015. What's your story? And why did you sell up? Now I remember when I just had 3 radios. This is why I'm a real believer in having lots of radios. I had a dual band VHF UHF ICOM 2730, and then for HF I would have had something I probably would have had a Yaesu or even the ICOM 7000. I used to like those small sort of shack in the box type devices, because whenever I got a big radio I didn't really like it that much, but I eventually went to get the Kenwood TS2000, which I did like, but I still sold it, you know, because I would sit there listening to the local repeater and it would be the same people every day, and some of them, they just weren't fun to listen to. And because I never even bothered trying with my antenna, I would put HF on and not put any work into it. And so when I did turn on HF, it would just be a load of hash. And then every now and again I would hear, you know, when there were contests and there were stronger signals. Now I know to turn off all your chargers and all your electric weird power supplies, or when I say weird I mean ones that interfere. Hunt around for the bad signal, get rid of it, and then your HF works fine every day. Not all day, you know, there's times in the day where it gets better, but I find nearly every afternoon it's good and nearly every evening it's good. You struggle a bit in the UK in the morning, but there's always stations, because you know, they're pumping out 500 watts, you know, you're going to hear them. So I found that what happened for me was listening to the same thing all the time. I got bored with it. I didn't look forward to turning it on. And so it made me think, well, there's quite a lot of money just sat there, I'll sell it. And I would sell it all. I remember selling everything once, only with that money to then start buying different radios that I liked. Because if you got the bug, you got the bug. It's part of you having an interest in ham radio. And for many people, they look at us as just geeky types, but you either like it or you don't, you know, and that's it. So tell us your stories. And but yeah, just lastly say that when I had lots and lots of radios, when I had, you know, 20, 30 radios, that's when I really started enjoying it, because it opens a lot of doors of learning. Oh, with that radio I can do this, with this radio I can do that. I'll try this, I'll try that program, and that leads on to a lot more interest. So before you know it, when you walk in your shack, you can't wait to use all your equipment, because you've got all these little projects on the go. So, and then every project leads to another project, and even if you fail or win, or you make new friends, you make new learning, you find new places to go to learn. So in the end, what I learned was get all your favorite equipment, delve deep, try and learn how to use it, and don't think because it's hard you're stupid or an idiot. It's not. No one is. You just have to work hard, take that time, push past the hard bits, and then you get the enjoyment. And it will always be hard to learn new stuff. It doesn't matter what it is. You can get a new washing machine. You might have had the same washing machine for 10 years. You get a new one, you don't know how to use it. You know, there's nothing wrong with learning and finding it hard to learn and being frustrated and wanting to blame the equipment, which is very often done. Oh, this radio's a load of junk. They don't know, they don't, you know, and the menu structure. That's your instant reaction, is to blame the equipment. But it's only when you work hard, learn how to use it, then you think, oh, actually, it's nothing to do with the equipment. Because you'll find that if it's Kenwood, Yaesu, Icom, the equipment's pretty good. I know people moan about Zygo, but they tend to get the hardware reasonably right. It's more the firmware they keep having to tweak. Thanks for watching my channel. Off we go, 7-3.